Here in the corner of my dad's allotment, he's planted mint. This is some of it here. Now the problem with mint is that it's very invasive. It can take over, and indeed it has done down here in the corner of the garden, and it can crowd out other plants, so we're going to have a bit of a problem digging a lot of that mint out. Nevertheless, it's a very good mint crop. So what we're going to do is take back some of this mint and use it in the kitchen to make some mint sauce. Well, the first job to do back in the kitchen is to strip the leaves from the stalks and finally chop them. Whilst you're chopping it, I often find it's useful to really crush it as well, help bring the flavour of the mint out. But as I say, keep crushing it as you go along and add it to a large mixing bowl. That's the leaves all now chopped. The recipe I'm using is one that my dad taught me years and years ago, and what he used to do was chop some spring onions and some scallions and add them to the mint as well. Now once you've got to this stage, you then need to add some sugar to the mixing bowl, and basically you're not looking for enough to be able to mix through the whole of your leaves so that the leaves are fully coated with sugar. You're then going to leave that standing for about an hour or so, and what will happen is that the sugar will help to draw out the mint taste. Well, this has now been standing for an hour, and if I give it a quick stir, you'll see that the sugar is quite damp underneath. Basically it's been drawing out the liquid in the leaves, and what we're going to do now is cover the leaves with white wine vinegar. And one more, I think. Give this a stir, and what we're going to do is add in a little bit of sugar to taste. So it's up to you how much sugar you want. If you like it really tart, then obviously less sugar. Well, I'm just going to test a little bit of this to see if it's sweet enough. Well, I would say that needs a little bit more sugar before we put it into jars. Here's one of the jars I've just made. Now the best thing to do is leave it standing for at least a week before you use it, and in that time it will allow the mint flavour to seep through into the vinegar.